Hello, I am Evan from Tektronix, and I'm very excited to tell you about a new tool for diagnosing problems at the PCIe physical layer level using protocol. The TMT4 Margin Tester is a new type of product aimed at PCIe Gen 3 and Gen 4 testing. It evaluates the link health of your PCIe designs dramatically faster, easier, and more cost-effectively than ever before, helping you to identify problems earlier in your development cycles with less of a strain on tight development budgets. This product is nothing like any other product on the market today. It is not an oscilloscope, it's not a BERT, and it's not a protocol analyzer, but it does have some things in common with each of these. You could consider it to be a new addition to the PCIe testing toolkit. It complements the BERT and scope setup by addressing some of the big pain points associated with them, such as the test time and the complexity of the test setup. The Margin Tester allows you to link up with the device under test to evaluate the link health for both the transmitter and the receiver. It is also a cost-effective solution with a focus on improving the time to insights and decreasing the complexity of link health evaluation for PCIe devices. All right, so next let's take a look at what to expect out of the box for your new TMT4 Margin Tester. In front of me, I have both the main unit and all the cables and accessories that are available for purchase. Starting with a closer look at the main unit, on the front panel we have the 5-inch LCD screen, we have SMA connectors for both trigger in and trigger out, a USB connector, and the PCIe compact connector for connecting the DUT to the Margin unit with the Gen Z cable. Moving on to cables, we have two cables. We have our primary Gen Z cable that is used for the majority of testing, along with our M.2 cable. For testing, we support all the common form factors defined by the PCIe spec. We support CHEM, M.2, U.2, and U.3 for both edge and slot, which allows you to test both system boards and add-in cards. So now I'm going to walk you through how to set up the TMT4 Margin Tester. For this, we'll need the unit itself, the Gen Z cable, the by16 CHEM slot adapter, and the device that we're going to test. So let's get started. The Gen Z cable has been designed with a stiff wire cable in the sleeve that is meant to be bent. This allows you to manipulate it into any position needed to help reduce the strain on the DUT. Next, we will connect our CHEM adapter to the cable. On the adapter's connector, you will see a small notch. This notch needs to line up with the tab on the side with the silver clip. Next, we will connect to the unit with the silver clip facing up. Lastly, we can connect our DUT to the adapter by slotting it in and powering it on. The Margin Tester has three user interfaces: the front touchscreen, the web UI, or controlled programmatically via REST API. Today, I will demonstrate the use of the web UI. An IP address will be assigned automatically to the unit for remote control and will be displayed on the front panel. We can use the web UI to unlock the full functionality of the Margin Tester. The unit hosts its own web server, which can be connected through any standard browser by typing in the IP address and logging onto the unit. As you can see, setup only took a couple minutes to complete. Now we'll move on and show you how to test with the TMT4 Margin Tester. The Margin unit has two primary tests, Quick Scan and Custom Scan. To start a Quick Scan, we will select the Setup tab, select Quick Scan, then select what generation we'd like to test, and I'll select Gen 4. Then click Run Scan to start the test. Quick Scan is a quick functional test where we are testing where trained. The Margin Tester and the DUT go through the link training procedure to find the best transmitter preset and receiver settings. Then the Margin Tester will sequentially measure the transmitter's eye width and eye height. A functional RX test will also be performed, where we step down the amplitude of the Margin Tester's transmitter signal until the link is dropped, and then we report the cursor value where we lost the link. To ensure that the test is sufficiently stressful, the signal path between the Margin Tester and the DUT has been designed to utilize the full loss budget as defined by the PCIe Gen 4 standard. The Quick Scan will margin each lane sequentially and populate the results. A typical by16 scan takes around 3 to 5 minutes. The results from the scan can be viewed from either the front panel or the web UI. The transmitter results will include the depth preset, eye width, and eye height, as well as the receiver's attenuation, CTLE, gain, and the DFE taps. The eye diagrams can also be viewed in more detail by selecting the magnifying glass. The RX results include the Margin Tester's TX preset, the amplitude test range, and if any errors occurred on the link during the test. In the Setup tab, the Custom Scan button will bring up all of the configuration options available. Here you can select either PCIe Gen 3, Gen 4, or both. Under the transmitter settings, we can choose which lanes to test, enable SRIS or SSC, select the presets to test, and change pass-fail limits based on the user-specified inputs. Under the receiver settings, we can enable or disable the test, which will run the same RX test as the quick scan. Now that the test is configured, we can click Run Scan. Where Quick Scan is a fast link health check, Custom Scan is used for more in-depth debug, where the user may want to evaluate the link health at different lane and preset combinations. The Custom Scan will sequentially test each lane, starting at the lowest lane and preset combination, and work its way through the user-specified combinations. This is repeated until all lane and preset combinations are tested. A Gen 4 by 16 custom scan for all 160 possible combinations can be accomplished in just 20 to 30 minutes based on the DUT. Once the test is completed, the Results tab will display all of the eye diagrams. The eye diagrams can be sorted by either lane or preset. Eye diagrams can be inspected further by pressing the magnifying glass at the bottom right to get a detailed view of the eye. The raw eye height and eye width measurement and the associated link training parameters can all be found under the TMT Receiver Settings tab. The RX test, if selected, will appear under the .rx tab. After analysis in the UI, all results can be saved into a zip folder that includes CSV files of all tabular data and image files for all of the eye diagrams. If desired, these files can be recalled into the web UI for future analysis. So that concludes our overview of the TMT4 Margin Tester, which evaluates the link health of your PCIe Gen 3 and Gen 4 designs dramatically faster, easier, and more cost-effectively than ever before.